we'll be doing a $1,000 giveaway on the 20th of August. If you haven't already, this is how you enter. Subscribe to our channel and like your favorite video and comment saying this one, and you will be entered.
That's it. That's it.
That's all you have to do.
Winner will be drawn again on the 20th of August, Australian time.
Yep.
We will just reply to your comment or get your details however we can. You can comment as many times as you want.
Yep.
Probably have more chances if you did that.
Yeah.
Whether we get 100 people that watch it or 10,000 or even 5 people that watch it, we'll be giving away $1,000. So it's easy chance to get some cash. So if you like money, subscribe to our channel. Comment on your favourite video saying this one and like your favourite video. And that's it. That's
it.
literally it.
We'll put it in the description as well in case we didn't make it clear enough.
But make sure you spend the money well if you do win, because my pockets are running dry. So that's it, guys. Good luck. And comment and subscribe and like. So like, comment and subscribe would sound better. Just do that. Like, comment and subscribe. That's it.
That's it.
Dun, dun, dun.
What's been going on?
Gang shit. Gang shit. No, not much. Just, watched a couple videos last night on the Callan situation. I seen, obviously we did a video last week on all of that. I seen Bisping and the guy he puts one out with, I forget his name, having a mind blank.
Oh, yep.
Wears yellow glasses. There's funny, we recorded one that we didn't end up posting on a bit of a debate we had.
We got a little heated.
Yes, so she didn't want me to post it because we did get a bit heated, or I got a bit heated and you got a little heated. But basically it's on, if you are innocent, should you come out and say, hey, I'm innocent, or are you better off not really saying much and kind of, waiting till the heat blows over?
Yeah.
And my whole point on the situation is, if you are innocent, the normal reaction is to, say that to the public and get your point out there that, hey, I didn't do this. This is a joke, where I feel like if you've got something to hide, I know a lot of people do it, so it doesn't necessarily mean you're guilty. But my whole point on this situation is, for me, if someone accuses me of doing something that I didn't do, that pisses me off.
Yeah.
That pisses me off a lot, right? So I think my natural reaction would be to say, hey, I didn't fucking do this. This is a joke that I'm even being accused of this. So that was where I was coming from on the whole situation. Obviously, you had a different opinion.
My opinion was that if you, show that you weren't guilty, should you have to keep pleading it to show you're innocent?
We were regarding the Chris D'Elia and Brian Callan and how they both went about it. And my argument was, I think how Brian came out, put a Instagram clip out saying, hey, this isn't true, blah, 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 from when the allegations were out. I think that's, if you didn't do it, that's what I would do in that situation. If I was innocent, I would be coming out straight away.
Yeah.
To tell the people, hey, I didn't fucking do this. And what my point I was trying to get across to you was, and I understand where you're coming from on saying, okay, my team's put out a statement, I don't need to say anything.
Yeah.
I understand where you're getting that from, but these days, I think that's what people used to do, but with how the media is and everything that's going on, people jump on that person as if they're guilty when there is no evidence out,
Yeah.
or any
what
of the
you
facts
do
are
or
out.
what you don't.
So I think when you don't say anything, everybody kind of has a field day with he's guilty.
Yeah, he's hiding.
The fans or the public, if you don't come out, like when Dalia, the emails that come out showing that Dalia didn't reply once he knew their age, that got nowhere near the coverage of the allegations, what they got, right?
Yeah.
So the public, a shitload more people seen that Chris D'Elia was allegedly messaging underage girls. Hardly any of them same people that aren't fans of his seen the emails that showed that once he seen that they were underage, that he didn't respond.
Which his manager posted, and that's what we were kind of arguing about, that Chris should have like come out with it if
that was my point on it.
Yeah, that was your point. And I was like, well, his team come out with it. Maybe he's not posting because of the backlash that he would get. Like, do you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying there, the backlash, but all them people are going to assume you're guilty either way. Like, when people comment hate on your photo, you don't comment back to them people or worry about them people because they're trying to get attention. The majority of people that comment hate, they know that gets people angry, so they want you to reply, and they think that's got more chance of you replying.
Yeah.
They're still fans. I think whether everybody comment on saying bullshit or not, I think if you didn't do something you were accused of doing, I believe that you should come out straight away and tell the world, especially when you're a celebrity. I think you should come out straight away and speak your truth in that situation.
Yeah.
And
we were saying that, like, it obviously, like, it has helped Brian
so far
from what we've seen.
There's been allegations, and that's what people in our last video were saying. Some people were just commenting stupid stuff, saying that we were being sexist, and that, which is weird because you're a female.
Yeah, if you haven't realised, I am a girl.
So it was nothing about the victims. My whole point in the whole video that we did was about celebrities like Amy Schumer commenting on the situation before there is real evidence out.
Yeah.
And what people have to remember that did disagree with us on our video, someone saying that someone did something, that isn't evidence, that's an allegation.
Yeah.
Because if Georgia said that I did that to her, and then I said she did that to me, does that mean what she said is right and what I said is right, even though our opinions are completely different?
Yeah.
Like, that's not how it works. You can say something, but there needs to be evidence for it to be true. Otherwise, it's just allegations, especially when the allegations are from 1999 or something like that, and now it's 2020.
And that was also part of our argument, because I said Chris come out with evidence to prove his innocence, where Brian come out with just stating his innocence.
Yeah.
And I see Chris's as, you would take his more like, well, there's evidence, so that's true. And then you look at Brian's and you're like, well, he could be lying. He could, you know what I mean?
Like, I think you can't, like, we're not going to comment on whether we think he's innocent or guilty, but at the end of the day, they're allegations. So there's nothing that is fact. So people saying that he's guilty, you're an idiot, because there's no evidence of that, and there's no evidence that he's not guilty. So to say that he's one of the other is just hearsay. It's not relevant, and it's, it's good. You're just guessing at that point.
Yeah.
My point was, Chris has evidence, correct, right? That he didn't mean to message these underage girls. Yes, he messaged them, but once he knew they were not of age, he didn't respond anymore. So my whole point, instead of letting his manager release the emails, why he didn't come out with, a big, to the media, on his social media at least, and post all this stuff. Because, like I said, there is no way that everybody that heard the D'Elia accusations seen them emails. Because if they have, like, do you know what I mean? If he would have came out, he's got a massive social media following. For one, all them people are going to say, well, okay, he hasn't responded in any of these.
Yeah.
Where people kind of jump. People love to see people fall, right? That's just how the world is these days. So, in my point of view, I think if Chris would have came out and released the emails himself, obviously still speak to his team about doing it, but then also come out and not just put out a post saying, hey, I let the lifestyle get the better of me. Because, for one, that can be taken in a lot of different ways. I think if Chris would have came out with that and, you know, like Brian has, but Chris doing it with real evidence, I think that would have done a lot for where Chris is at right now.
Or even having spoke to that Lenoci guy, and he did a podcast on it.
Yeah.
And he kind of like backed him up and not proved it, but like
just showed you what girls are like when you're in the public fit.
When you're in that situation. So like, if Chris come out and did that podcast, I feel like it would have been a totally different story.
Yeah, well, you've seen just how many views people's videos were getting when you even mentioned his name. Like, our video got a shitload more likes because everyone with views because people wanted to comment on that.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't have the popular opinion of him being a child predator, basically. Yeah. But that's just because we were looking at the actual facts out there.
Yeah, and we enjoy watching him, and it's not like we did it for views or anything. That's something we're actually...
If we did it for views, I feel like we would have jumped on the whole train of everyone saying he was guilty. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where that's what I don't like about it, where the world is at in 2020. It's, like we said in the last one, it's assumed that you are guilty until proven innocent. And this whole Me Too movement, as great as it is for women that are victims, I understand that it does help a lot of women.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can put like Me Too movements when there's... You can't just because of the Me Too movement, you can't assume someone is guilty with no evidence, because now you're ruining someone else's life, but that's okay because he's not a woman. Like, that's kind of what it's like to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And, you know, people just... I don't know why, but people love to see people fail. I hope for the women that accuse Brian that these allegations are not true, and for Brian, because if this isn't true, that means that that girl wasn't raped, and that means that Brian didn't rape somebody.
Yeah.
So obviously I hope that these allegations are false. But like I said, you cannot say Brian is guilty when there isn't hard evidence there. And like I said, if hard evidence comes out, then obviously what we're saying doesn't matter, because the circumstances have changed.
Yeah, 100%.
But as of now, there is no real evidence. So to say that, and especially when you see the stuff that's said, like we watched Andrew Schultz's podcast, and Schultz said he spoke to Brian, and he said what Brian said, you know, it doesn't sound like he's lying.
Yeah.
Like I said, the woman who said, I think that he raped her.
Yeah.
Was in the 90s.
Yeah.
She had a boyfriend and you know, she was seeing Brian on the side for a few years. And then she broke it off with Brian. And then after that,
they kept in contact.
She applied to play the role of his wife in a TV series. And, you know, they read lines together. They were with each other heaps over the years. So for her to come out and say that now was a bit weird. But, hey, like, we don't know any more than what we've heard. So we're not going to comment on any of that. But like I said, you cannot say they're guilty just because you think it. Or, like, people were commenting saying, I see something that happened on Joe Rogan and he did something sus. And then we watched a video of this guy saying basically that Rogan is... What did he say? That he was, like, sex trafficking his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to be with her anymore. So he said,
I'll set you up with my friend.
Yeah. And then she called him and said, he came inside me. And then this guy, what was that video? We'll find it and link it because it was quite funny that the
like
the jumps that this bloke was taking.
Yeah.
It was kind of shocking to see how he got over here.
It was like
from a video that was over here. It was really
like this
weird.
some whole like kind of ring that he was thinking like there's just higher
he'd
power.
made up this whole situation,
and they got really powerful dads and stuff.
Yeah,
and
like
you're
because
like,
Brian's dad's powerful, so he could have just had them people
and
killed.
delete
And
it.
it's like
what?
calm down, buddy. Like Rogan just seemed like he was doing an episode to me, but
yeah, call it conspiracy.
call it what you want, mate. But Jesus Christ, you jumped over there pretty quickly. But hey, I wish the best to everyone, and you're allowed to have an opinion, like as are we.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I just don't think people commenting saying that Brian is guilty or that Chris is guilty when there isn't really evidence of that. Like you're not hurting anyone but them, and you're kind of making yourself look silly as well, because any person that has a brain goes, well, they look through the facts and go, okay, well, there's no hard evidence here. How has this person jumped to that? And then a lot of the responses are silly stuff, like they're also jumping and making stuff up that's not really happening, and
and we'll
doing
compare
secret
it to
handshakes and stuff like that. It's
compare
like,
it to
fucking calm down, buddy.
Something that's just like not in comparison, or like look at the situation and the facts, and make an opinion. And if your opinion is something other than ours,
that's
like
okay.
that's okay. Like, we're not saying you're wrong.
But the only thing we are saying is, if you're saying that he's guilty, somewhat, whether it's Brian or Joe Blow from down the street, you cannot say they are guilty if there is no evidence or they haven't been charged with a crime. Like, it just doesn't add up. So what I would like to see, because if I was innocent and I'd been accused of that, whether, like, people were saying, well, because the Times brought out that whole story. Who is at fault? Is it the girls who said that stuff, or is it the Times? And I believe it is completely on the Times, because they're bringing out this content to get money, right? That's the whole point of doing that, to get clicks on their page. So them doing that is to make money. If they haven't gone through everything and found real evidence, but they've still released that, and now they've jeopardized somebody's image and their career, I believe they should be held accountable for that.
Definitely.
And, you know, if that was in anything else in life, like, you're not allowed to do that. You can't just come out and make stuff up about people. Like, so I think Brian, if he in his head, he knows that this didn't happen, I would be coming out and suing the Times for not having evidence, and, you know,
defamation.
That's defamation of character. And them doing that just to get likes or views, in my opinion, that's not okay, because they're part of the problem then, you know? We don't want this video to be... I think people that, like, women that have watched our video, we actually have had some women agree with us on this. It's not... There was nothing to do with the victims. Like, that's where I think people went so wrong. They thought... I just don't think I listened to the whole thing, because we had a lot more people comment agreeing with us, and also commenting back to them people. So I just think don't be so stuck on that's what happened, because keep your mind open and look at it, and don't lean to one side. Just look at it, take the names out of the picture, and put your name there and your best friend's name, and who then make up your opinion. But take away that celebrity name, and I'm sure you're going to come to a different conclusion than you did. But yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Like your favorite video, comment on it saying this one, and make sure you fucking subscribe, please. Thanks to the amount of people we've had watching it. It's pretty sick to think that people actually have been watching us. We started doing this like not thinking anyone would watch. The fact that we've had a few, like thousands of people watch now, it's kind of like,
and it's been
crazy.
fun
Yeah, it's
listening
been
to
fun.
what like you
Love
guys
seeing the comments.
what you guys comment, good or bad. Like we're
Yeah,
happy to
whether
read
you
them
hate
all.
us or love us, we don't care. Thanks for watching at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And we hope you have a great week.
Yep.
Peace.
Catches.